Hi. So let's start the second so-called training session. And now, if you remember, I was talking about Halloween,
Yeah.
how we can generate emails based on different pieces. I'm going to use the time today and just talk about other things that we can do with the model. And
Hmm.
hopefully that will be interesting for you. So if you see my screen, you remember that we had Halloween.
Yeah.
We were using the LinkedIn profile of the person and the company combined together. We were writing this email. You mentioned to me offline that you are going to put them in together as like a people can review them later. And,
Yeah.
and, today, actually, we are adding the other dimensions as well, so they can compare things and see how far we can go. So one thing that I'm going to change is moving from Halloween to Thanksgiving. So I'm going to
Hmm.
say Thanksgiving. One of the things I've done is like I made it a formula, so every one of them would become Thanksgiving. And I'm curious, nothing, no change in the model, how that different it will be. So first is the first name. LinkedIn summary was, if I remember it, column E, column H.
I didn't understand. Like, you want to just add the event name and not to change anything in the prompt?
Uh, yes, let me show it to you.
Okay.
So, so if I remember, we were talking about first name as a column one. Second column becomes the LinkedIn summary about that person, and column three is about their company, where this person is working. And the fourth column was the event name, is a Halloween, Thanksgiving,
Uh-huh.
New Year 2024. So let me show you. It's a dynamic variable. So it could be hard coded. You can even expand what you want to cover in the theme of Halloween or Thanksgiving. You
Hmm.
can add more, but just for simplification, I use one model, one
Okay.
prompt optimized for different tasks. But typically, I would say add more context. As you see here, I would say, where is it? Column four. I'm sending this email around column four. It's a Halloween, Thanksgiving, and use Thanksgiving as a theme for this email writing. So the same email would be different. So this time, did I answer your question?
So I just want to know how the email would turn out. I just
Okay.
want to read that. Yeah.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm going to run
Because the thing is that, like, if ChatGPT understands the whole, I mean, the concept of an event, like if it
it does.
understands
Yeah.
Halloween, yeah, that's how it gets interesting.
Make it five because usually yesterday it was a bit slow because of
Yeah.
servers issue they had. So so I'm going to run the model for Thanksgiving. I'm using GPT-4, and as a result, it's a bit slow. But essentially, since we need to wait for that, so let me go back on the event. You mentioned it definitely understand the Thanksgiving, the difference between Thanksgiving and Halloween and understand the theme to use it. But however, you may consider adding some nuances that you think that as part of your brand, you want to communicate like a family values or something like values of your community. You want to just highlight
Uh-huh.
it. Or this year, you might have some events or things that happened this year. You want to tailor the Thanksgiving to those events. So you need to guide the model with them. But for the simplification, we just have just mentioned the Thanksgiving and see.
Can you zoom on the Halloween email that for Caleb?
Okay,
Yeah, I want to read that and just compare it to the next one that
okay.
is going to generate. Oh, I've seen what's this book for deep dive into economics, metrics, see size from studying in really translating new language, improving in our.
There are solutions in the market. So let's see this one. For Thanksgiving, and you're ready for another meat that leaves you stuffed, like an Excel spreadsheet with data. Okay.
That was nice.
You see, because like it's time to reconnect, and this is you see how far it can go in a personalization,
Yeah.
and gorgeous pumpkin clutch is this awesome. We
One
should,
thing I'm sure that
yeah,
if we go into Caleb's LinkedIn summary, we're gonna find his
something there.
data-driven solutions and like
Yeah,
data-driven decision making or something
yeah,
related to that.
yeah, and maybe even he mentioned about Excel spreadsheets or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so the idea is well, one of the things I wanted to say is that we moved the theme from Halloween to Thanksgiving, and suddenly we have completely different email,
Yeah.
and we say okay. Kind of is it the end of what we can do? What I'm going to say, no, we can go far beyond it. For example, if I go back to a prompt, as you see, there are elements like use humor and fun, but they stay polite. I can say be professional and be professional and formal in your writing style. Um,
Okay, but can we write a prompt
yeah,
for exactly this Caleb? Look, imagine we've sent Caleb his Halloween email, and now we want to do a follow-up, but with the Thanksgiving theme.
okay.
If we want to do
Yes,
that,
yes, we can do that. So if I come
okay.
here and change the tone, just the tone from with the humor, just make it formal. That would be very interesting to compare, and then I'm going to make a follow-up. So that would be fun to see. So okay, so here I'm going to use a E. I always forget the letters. The columns E, columns H. Yeah, columns H. And J, column J, and let me print the results in column M. Start from 2, go maybe 3 or 2 of them maybe. We don't read the rest, so don't need to generate them. So here and run. Yeah, all good. So let's compare the tone. So we can change the tone. One of the things that I'm suggesting that people can do is you can bring your own unique words or the way you talk, like
Just add signature, yeah.
your signature, the way you're the writing style, and the
Mm-hmm.
model would mimic you at the end. So you can bring the way you start an email and start educate kind of training the model how to follow you. You see the tone, like as Thanksgiving approaches, I would like to take the opportunity and express my appreciation at Personalize for your involvement in so on and so forth in our recent
Mm-hmm.
webinar. You see, it's completely different tone, different person.
Yeah.
And we can change the size of the email, we can add elements here and there to combine with other things that our bigger plan for campaign is. Now let's do something interesting. You mentioned that let's assume that we sent this email to Caleb
Mm-hmm.
um, around Halloween, and now we want to follow up with Thanksgiving. That was a question. That was the suggestion you had, right?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
follow up with another theme.
Okay. So let me go to ChatGPT, and in the ChatGPT, I need to create a new model. This is a different model you want. It's not the same kind of
Oh, okay.
solution. So let's say I'll write a. So I sent the following email to column, let me put the name here, Caleb.
Caleb. Yeah.
Um, okay, so let's put the email here. And I would separate that as, okay, now Caleb did not respond to my email.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use the opportunity to write follow-up around Thanksgiving event.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just entered. So again, it will do a good job. Like
But you didn't give him look, putting a gender on ChatGPT.
so do you
You
see?
didn't give them the LinkedIn summary or like company
Okay,
summary.
that's the thing. I just entered by mistake, but as you see, I provided an email and I provided just one simple instruction, and it did generate an email. So one of the thing about ChatGPT is whatever you do, it generates something, and you
Yeah.
should expect a good quality in a verbal, like it's a grammatically okay, it's a good quality. But you said what I wanted to personalize it.
Yeah.
With something more. I wanted to make sure that it uses again because in the original email we have a talk about generative AI webinar. It used that the name of the
Yeah.
company we didn't mention it, but it already knows that, and it
Yeah.
can use it. So, but I want to provide some instruction. And the other thing is you see the email how big the email is. If I go
Yeah.
to the previous one, you see that I limited the word to 120 words.
Yeah.
So if you need to guide them out, so sometimes we put 80 words, 60 words, or we say, okay, optimize it for text message because we want to have 160 characters per
Yeah.
text. So we have to optimize it there. So now, as you see, I by mistake entered, so I need to fix it. So I say, okay,
Okay.
Thanksgiving for follow the following guideline to write the email. First of all, the email should be shorter than 100 words. Okay. One of the things that model does, like sometimes puts a subject line, remove subject the line.
And look, for example, for the follow-up email, we can just maybe offer them something. You've been on our webinar. Now we wanna like offer you 30% discount on something. We can have a pitch. Yeah.
Yeah, offer 30 like a 30% discount on our plans for the first 3 months, for example. So you want to offer that, add the offer of 30% discount to the email. Okay, what else I want to do? The other thing is like a personalize the email based on the following summary about Caleb company. So I'm going to add that here and come here and go. Just this time, just focus on the company and. Reflecting on connections, we are thankful for innovative firms like CP Insights to show our gratitude. We are offering a 30% discount on our plans. Okay. Imagine integrate our AI with your robust data mining.
Exactly. Although it's really short, but that sentence is
still
doing its
personal.
job.
Yeah, it does its job. Yeah, and as you see, the tone is now a bit formal. Maybe I want to maybe add a bit of humor. So because I just want to just put a smile on his face, and because
we didn't add any tones in this
exactly
prompt.
and use a peer to
Where are you writing though? I'm not
because it doesn't show that I have to assume it's there. Like I use a peer tone and writing style. I think I missed a spell something. Yeah, writing is so this is what I added. So just one piece, a bit of humor, and use a peer-to-peer tone and writing style. Okay, let's just try that. So if I try this one, more stuff inside than a Thanksgiving turkey. You see, there's humor here right away. Speaking of feasting, we are carving out a 30% discount on our
it
plan
even made a joke with how they work.
Yeah,
No need to mine through documents to uncover this deal. It's right here in plain gravy. That's nice.
yeah. So you see there's no subject. The email is clean and ready to go.
Yeah.
And so now I have the foundation of dynamic prompts. The language personalized with understand models. So if I come here and create another bespoke model, let's say follow up with let's call it follow up 1 and around Thanksgiving, US Thanksgiving, because we already had it in Canada for almost a month ago. So US Thanksgiving. And what I used was first name, I guess. First name. Actually,
I think it's
use
right there. You can just
one. So the other thing is like a first name. You remember the new version, we don't put colon 1, it's just use the name variable, but for now we just have it here. Call 2 was just, I think we just use company summary. I think we use just these two, right? If I remember.
Yeah, we just use these two, and we had the first email. I don't think if we're gonna use that in
Of
the
course,
prompt
you're
or,
right. Yeah, we have to. Prompt doesn't know anything except we tell the model. So I would say this is the column 3, which is a company summary. This one is the first email we sent. And so we already have 3 variables that I need to pass to this model. Okay, I have it ready and prompt. I now get to the prompt. I copy this and take it to the Word document and paste it here. What I will do first is kind of, where is it?
Remove Caleb.
Yeah, remove Caleb. Call 1. This one is email. It's call 2. And so if I select this one and start copying it here, so Caleb did not respond to my email, following the instruction. Caleb companies, and that's Caleb company. There is nothing here. Okay, Thanksgiving is hard-coded. We don't want to change that. The other thing that we are going to use is company summary. There are lots of nuances that I wouldn't go in deep, but sometimes we want to. Actually, I'm going to cover that. One of the things that you have to balance is how much text you provide for a small output. So if you need to balance, if you provide a lot of information, the model should make decisions and make trade-offs of what parts to use, what part not to, and it's like a human, like not a human.
So you mean like, I think you mean like details are good until they're not overlapping.
Until they are not good, I would say. Like, let's say I want to have it. You, my peer, I want to ask you to write the same email. And I tell you a lot about the company. I tell you a lot about the Caleb, and I give you a lot of instruction to follow. You start ignoring a lot of things I'm saying because you have to get that done, and then you have 100 words. So the same here. So you see this web summary here was very long. One of the things we do is we make it a bit shorter. Like we just focus on 1 or 2 key things that
and we have the summarizer too. So we just mixed the LinkedIn and company summary, and we just made a summary of the summaries. So that
we can make it summary. Everything. We can come up with we can there are more advanced techniques, but like we use the same person like Caleb. Try to ask a model to feed the word through the Caleb and try to pitch come up with why Caleb, this company with this background, would care about AI personalization, and then use that as a pitch. So there are things that we've done. Nice. Okay, that could be interesting. So it's like, again, it's like a chain of model you do, but we can go as far as you want. So come here. I select that? So I come here and select this.
Why did you add hashtags at the end too?
You're very kind of, you see everything. So so sometimes that's the old habit of working with GPT-3. Sometimes it helps the model to separate, just give it a bit of a stop. Okay, this is one piece of everything. Now I'm moving to another, like a part. We can even put the word like the model follow instructions. So you can say, okay, to part one, I want to do this. Part two, I want to do that. And this hashtag, that was my gut feeling. So I think I want to make sure that it knows the instruction is ended, and in the model should start generating the results here. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. I did not. And you see how small the prompt is, but when you generate for per person, it would be a lot of text. So let me create that. The column H. Column H, column A, H, AH, K. In the web version, you don't need to remember it because it would be like a first name. So you just need to map the variables to columns.
That's gonna make everything easier.
Much easier. It's easier to communicate with other people. So I have these three variables: A, H. The first email I sent, actually, I need to reorder them. Is the K, and then I have H. So and then I want to print everything in column N. Let's do 2 and maybe 4. We never read the 4, and let's save time and just focus on 2 of them. So this is not Thanksgiving, it's a follow-up email around Thanksgiving. Around Thanksgiving. So the original email was Halloween email. Now we are sending a follow-up. Okay, let's see that. Happy soon to be Thanksgiving. I trust that CB Insights will soon be carving into the fresh insights of the tech industry like a perfectly roasted turkey. You see, there's like the idea is you want to build that authenticity and connection. So they don't want to just sell anything or educate anyone on anything. So they just connect on something. So that's fun, but you might be happy or not. You can just delete and generate it again. And maybe you see, they're all around that, like stuffed your inbox, grab this offer before it bubbled up.
It's not mentioning that it's a follow-up email at all, but it has some elements of being a follow-up email.
That's
I don't know,
good observation.
like the concept,
that's good, but you may say actually that could be an issue with the prompt, why it didn't mention the follow-up.
But I mean, it's good.
It's good, I know, but like
in a bad way. But
yeah, the things kind of, you might say, no, I want to make sure that it feels like a follow-up. Okay, start with mentioning the first email sent before this. Let's see.
So, you can do something though. When you add this sentence to this prompt, it may kind of read the whole email that we had, and then make a connection.
Yeah, it does. Actually, it will do it. Yeah, it will do it. So
yeah, that would be nice.
So let me make it smaller. So you see, I have these ones for Halloween for these two, so I'm not worried about it. So let me hide this. So let's focus here. And I would go follow-ups. I would go with A, K, H, N.
Or I think it was A, H, K. I don't remember. No,
but because the email comes
first.
First email in the prompt.
Yes.
So H is the last one. Okay, so I would go from 4, and maybe I'll go 3. Use the GPT-4 and let's generate that.
But if it makes a bridge, that would be really nice.
Let's see.
But if we continue this, we can make highways. Like if we continue the follow-ups, it's gonna be so much.
You can. And the other thing is, a lot of time our clients are using that for much longer, what they call it, sales cadence or sequence. So there is a 7, sometimes 10, 12 touch points. First of all of them shouldn't necessarily be personalized, but you want to have that touch enough around during the sequence to just get that impact. Like you just want to show that appreciation of what they do, their background. So let me. I think you want to see the results first. Remember our Halloween mail about using AI to ward off ghosted emails? Again, now it's like a refer to these ghosted
It's
emails.
we
You
had
see?
personalized wording of the fear of ghost. Yeah, that made sense.
Just map that here. Just make sure that it just continue the conversation. So
Mhm.
as you are reading it, just give you a bit more. So when we have a bigger sequence, like a 10, 7, 10, 12 touch points, first
Mhm.
of all, some of them are not, there might be calls, there might be LinkedIn invites. You might use the same prompt, optimize it for LinkedIn invite, because when you send an emails, 80% of people wouldn't open it. So they never expose the first message. So you can reuse it and read it, polish it and send it as an email on LinkedIn. So
Mhm.
it saves you cost. You don't need to generate a lot of content, but it would be much faster and optimized. So you can just tweak the model and send it as an email, or you just change a bit the same email, but just use it as an email. Second part that might be interesting is you might draft things that you want to do manually. So let's say a lot of times there is a domain expertise, and
Mhm.
we have people creating a bullet points for people what to say over the phone, over a call.
Yeah.
If you are leaving the voice message, get this covered in your voice message, and because people are moving from one call to another, and they don't have time to research and figure things, so they want to make sure that they are enabled. So that's one of the interesting things. One of the interesting examples actually this one. And you have a technical product, they have a technical background, the company's technical technologies, things that they do, and you have to bridge things and connect things together, and the model
Uh-huh.
can start putting things together as a some pitch or something like you would say during the meeting. It's not like it's
Mhm.
something that you send automatically, but you want to digest information and make it easy for your sales team, for your reps in front of those customers to go well prepared,
Mhm.
knowing their tech, your tech, like and kind of start bridging things that they have. And especially when you have inbound, if people click on a specific type of white paper or come to a specific webinar,
Uh-huh.
and they have, for
Yeah.
example, in our case, they have HubSpot versus Outreach or Salesforce. We have
Yeah. I understand.
different taste of things we can offer them, and knowing just that and combined with other things that they might already provided to us through forms or other things, the salesperson cannot read all of that within seconds. We can read it and make it available for him or her to just utilize and go ahead. So the connection is there, but the idea is kind of you can continue it, and the architecting how far you want to go with the AI, it's
Yeah.
your choice, but you don't need to always personalize, because
But you
you want to
can
have that
have the
option.
full 10-step cadence if you want. I
Okay, we
mean,
can,
it's
yeah, yeah.
possible
And actually
with
we have
in
we have
any kind.
yeah, and one of the things that we do is we can even make it a master model. Like when we chain, we just push a button, we generate everything from end to end to the models.
Oh, all 10 steps, you mean?
I would say try to make it because there are many reasons, but yes, it is possible. So you can just push a button, it just read the first one and just continue that, and you have that cadence ready to be synced. The other thing is like you can change it for your own business. It's your bespoke model. The other thing that I didn't mention now, I just want to finish the conversation with that. We
I'm
have an
amazed.
open AI fine tuner, and we also have open AI also added some fine tuning capabilities. What I'm saying is, in the next version, once you have a few hundreds of these emails and you as
Mhm.
an expert play with it and you're happy, and we can now include your edits if there is any, and then we
Yeah,
train a model, we call it Kion Plus. So that
that's
would be
nice.
your model. That would be maybe another peer has a different background. We use they have different models, so you have different personas or different AI models for different type of people you have in organization, different type of customers
Yeah.
you have, and
It's
these
like
are your
an
assets.
actual AI version of the person's mind. Like you put
Essential.
the
So,
mind, yeah.
but not that far, but kind of we are trying to automate some tasks for them, and for
Yeah.
that specific task, we are trying to mimic them as close as possible to the way they would read the information and consume information and would write the information. But
Yeah, I
not
understand.
all the tasks, but kind of for that specific task, we can get
Yeah.
to the 100% accuracy.
I mean, like the boring tasks, and the fact is that I mean myself, that I do this. If you give me a model that would think like me, I would be like, I just want to play with that all day, and I can just write emails. I can just like put it on 10,000 emails and just have them and just read them and be like, wow, it's like something that I genuinely wrote it, but I didn't, and that's so great.
And just an observation. I just want to go back 1 year ago, not that far. It was a dream to get.
Yeah.
And it would writing 10,000 of the code to the email you would write as a 6 months work for you.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now you can just put a couple of push of buttons or things together, and then 1 hour, 2 hours of investment up front.
And it's the whole email. It's not only an icebreaker. It's
you
the
can
whole
email follow-ups. You can write LinkedIn
Yeah.
invites, text messages. If you are a SaaS company,
Everything.
you can embed like in notification, like a mobile notification, desktop notification, or in-app, within-app notification. But instead of having one notification to send to everyone get their own unique version, because based on how they are consuming and utilizing your software. So
I think that time everyone would just allow notification. You would just allow it to have the notification.
That's our hope. That's our hope. That there is we have someone. Some people are testing it for sensor data, IoT, like and creating a communication layer at the top of sensor data. Because at the end, as long as there is a communication and you want to personalize that communication, the source might be very different, but kind of you have that option to go as far as you want. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah,
it's a really great era we're living in.
Yeah, it's a very interesting, a bit kind of super exciting. Things are moving much faster than we can comprehend and get ready for. But the thing is, kind of, for like every technology, there's a good side and bad side, and we have to focus on how we can maximize the good part and prevent or be aware of the things that might create issues socially, like, and also everyone of us, we know that part, but kind of that's our responsibility to always consider. Yeah.
Sure.
Let's finish this, and maybe we do another one for New Year. I don't know. We will figure something.
Yeah, why not? We're gonna have a part 3, of course.
Yeah, we'll figure a part 3, and we just continue the conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good talking to you, and look forward to our next
I hope everyone's enjoying like anyone who is viewing this in some other time. I hope everyone's enjoying, and thank you for your. I mean, like, you sharing your knowledge is everything. I don't even care if anybody else is watching. I'm just enjoying this, so
I'm enjoying it the same. I'm enjoying it the same. My hope is kind of useful, and some other people also find it useful. So we start testing more ideas with it. Yeah. Cheers. Thank you, and back later.
See you. Bye.